Hello everyone, welcome back. Just a really quick intro before we get into this video. This time I'm bringing you a very different style of opposition preview. I'm joined by Mark from the United stand and he'll talk a little bit about United, what his feelings are ahead of our game, and yeah, only wanted to let you know that I will be going on their channel live tonight around 8:30 I think on the United stand. That is their sort of style video, so I thought we'd change it a little bit up. If you feel like joining, come watch me over on their channel tonight 8:30 on the United stand. Anyways, I've said that loads of times. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Hello, I'm Mark Goldbridge from the United stand, doing this Spurs v Manchester United preview for XY channel. Looking forward to it. I've got to say I'm looking forward to it. I'm not arse-licking here. Arse will be the reference I will start off with because we played Arsenal last week, and I think there's some common ground there that when it comes to Twitter especially and their fans, I mean, the low they'll go knows no depth really. But I have said this, if you've ever watched the United stand channel, you're more than welcome. We do welcome non-United fans. We do try and be very realistic about our club and how we're doing. Don't really buy in or notice much in relation to what our rivals have to say, because if we do bad, we're quite critical ourselves. But the one thing I have said all season is that when it comes to every match that I've seen Manchester United play this season in the Premier League, there's one performance by the opposition that really stands out as, for me, being the best side that we've played this season, and that would be Spurs at Old Trafford back in December. I know we won the game, but I think if Harry Kane had turned up, and he never really does seem to turn up against Manchester United, watch him score a hat-trick on Sunday now, I think he might have won that game. I think from taking Harry Kane aside, I thought the performance from Spurs was really good, moved the ball around, pressed really well, was very impressed with them, and I'm very impressed with Pochettino. But in relation to this game on Sunday, Manchester United still have a slim chance of top four, but we've had this going all season. To not get top four is embarrassing for Manchester United. I agree with what Roy Keane said this week. It's embarrassing. We've got to take it on the chin. We should have done it. We've lost so many points at home, so many points. And everyone can say, oh, we should have won that game. But I'm not going to include home games to like Everton. I thought a draw was lucky in that game. But we have had a lot of games at home where we should have won and we've thrown points away. And you get what you deserve. We've handed it on a plate to Liverpool or maybe Arsenal, and that's our own fault. So the game against Spurs on Sunday doesn't really matter that much to us, but if it had mattered, I think it was the hardest game we had left in our final few games. Last game at White Hart Lane, Spurs were going for the title. I know that that's probably not likely now, but I think they'll give Manchester United a good game. Manchester United quite good away from home, but I think in relation to the Europa League and the fallout from that and picking a reserve squad potentially, I think Spurs will probably run out winners in this one. I don't think it'll be a whitewash, pardon the pun. I think 2-1's probably a fair scoreline. I know Spurs can score a lot of goals, but like I say, Harry Kane doesn't tend to turn up against Manchester United. But this won't be our first team. Not that we won't have good players out. There was no excuse to lose to Arsenal last week. A lucky goal sort of took it away from us, and then poor defending. So we'll still have the likes of probably Rooney and Carrick playing, maybe Martial up front, Lingard, Jones, Smalling. These are players that, you know, regardless of what I think about them this season, they would walk into most Premier League sides. So we'll still put a decent side out. Mourinho's still the manager, and he'll still try. No manager wants to get stuffed, so I don't think that will be on the cards, and Mourinho will certainly put something out to prevent that from happening. But I don't normally go negative. I normally would back Manchester United, but I just think we have a different priority now. So I would tip Spurs to win it 2-1. I stand by. I think they are the best side that we've played. I was actually at the Chelsea Old Trafford game a few weeks ago. Not impressed by Chelsea. We beat them with our reserves, but second season in a row really that Spurs potentially could have won a title, and it's gone. But they've got something to build on. They've got a good manager, and some of our fans and viewers are constantly saying, "Oh, let's get Dele Alli, let's get Harry Kane." And personally, I wouldn't want them. Maybe I wouldn't. I don't think they fit into where we're going. But very good players, and I don't think anyone's going to leave Spurs this season. So there's no reason why they can't be challenging next year. If they can get over the Wembley voodoo. I think you're playing at Wembley next season as the stadium comes on, which is looking very impressive. But in general, in relation to Manchester United, just very quickly, because I was asked to sort of give you a background of what we've been doing this year and the players to watch for Sunday. Axel Tuanzebe's a player to watch. I know he only played his debut against Arsenal, but for us he's very exciting, a youth player coming through, so he's one to watch. Fosu Mensah played at White Hart Lane last year and was our man of the match, so that would be good if Axel Tuanzebe went and played man of the match performance there. It's hard to predict anybody else to watch. De Gea will probably be in goal. I believe he's the world's best goalkeeper. I know you've got a decent keeper yourself, so that'll be interesting. But it's hard to predict anybody else one to watch because I don't know who's going to play. If Martial plays up front, I'm a big fan of his. He's had an up and down season, not helped by the manager, I don't think. I think he needs an arm around his shoulder. But in relation to our season, I don't think we should be challenging for the title. We're not a title-winning side. We're nowhere near that yet. There's too many players that need to go, and I think Mourinho is still finding his way with a very, very poor squad that's been built up over the last 3 years by the bad two managers that we had previous to that. But it's been a disappointing Premier League season, saved by the fact that this Europa League has given us a purpose and allowed us, hopefully, to get into the Champions League. Because regardless of what anybody says, and we did get excited last year when we signed Pogba and Zlatan and Mkhitaryan and Bailly, the enormity of the job should never have been missed by any fan, let alone Manchester United fans. It was a long way to come back, and people say, well, Chelsea went from 10th to winning the title. But those Chelsea players down tools for Mourinho to get him the sack, and then they picked the tools up again for Conte. They've added Kante, they've had no European football, and that's why Chelsea have won the league. Manchester United's journey is a very different one. It's a team of really people who are past it, not good enough, and it takes us a while to sort that out. Having said that, we should have been comfortably in the top 4. The amount of points we've dropped, as I said at the start of the video, has been ridiculous. And that's been through bad mentality, lack of clinical finishing, which, to be honest, when I've watched Spurs the few times this season, they've not suffered with that. They've been very clinical, they've got games won very early, they've dominated the opposition and played really good football. So I'm not just saying it because I'm on a Spurs channel. I've been very impressed by Spurs. I know people who feel they bottled it. I predicted they'd bottle it a month earlier than they did, and you didn't. So there is improvement there from the outside. It's a very hard title to win, and it's very much been in Chelsea's favour, to be honest. No European football really has been an advantage, and Liverpool should have walked top 4 based on that, but they're a very poor side as well. So yeah, we should have got top 4, but I don't think I think 3rd was our ceiling. I think Chelsea Spurs is right this season, and both deserve it. But Manchester United should have been 3rd, I reckon. When you look at the points we've dropped, but hopefully we'll get in through the Europa League. Thanks everyone for watching. Although this is not my channel, I shouldn't be saying that, but thanks everyone for watching anyway. Thanks for having us on, and we'll see what happens on Sunday. Thanks for watching. If you fancy joining us on the United Stand, we're live every night pretty much at 8:30, Sunday night live, bit of a debate. Most of it's United stuff, but we do dabble into other things as well. Thanks for having us on.